welcome to some breaking news on Landslide podcast. Today, I have with me Peter again.
Thank you.
You look great, bro.
Thank you.
Okay, some quickly some breaking news on Landslide podcast. The Social Democratic Party, SDP, in a landmark decision, the Federal High Court in Abuja has mandated the Independent National Electoral Commission to include the SDP in its upcoming nationwide election scheduled for 16th of August 2025. What a landmark judgment, Peter.
It is. That's why most times will say it's good to have the right people in the office. This new set of leadership of the SDP just finished office barely less than 1 month, and they've been able to acquire this victory for the party. It would have been a disservice for SDP if they hadn't changed the leadership. But that's why I would say you need somebody that is vibrant, somebody that has capacity, somebody that looks into the future and know what to do. They took the fight, they took the bull by the horn. They didn't sit back and say, okay, we're coming in late, and this decision has been taken against the party, let's let it slide and wait for another one. No, they went to court to go and challenge it. You don't exclude us from general election. It's not your call to make. We have a candidate submitted to the INEC. So, our internal party issue, it is not enough for it to discredit. There is no two other persons saying this is our own group that was submitted, that just our own group. No, the party had their candidate. That wasn't a question. So, for you not to accept it is wrong. I think it was standing firm that no, they're not accepting SDP candidate. And these people went to court. They're not even settled in their new office. But they took this case to court and they won. That is good. That shows the SDP is heading to the right direction. Now they have people that are proactive, not people that will just wait and let it slide and get by things. No, I'm quite happy for SDP, especially the young secretary. I've met him. That doctor, I'm trying to remember his name. That's from Abo from Cross River. Yeah. He's sharp. He's sharp. He said something to me. I think when we met, he said, it will happen when good men do nothing. See, it's not that they will sit around and see things go wrong and not fight. And I showed that by this victory they've acquired. Kudos to them and the National Working Committee.
At a particular point, it looks that SDP is going to come. It's not going to come out from its doldrum, from its quagmire that it has found itself. Now it looks as if they are finding their feet.
I hope other parties will take cue from it. I hope they will fight this basic injustice. I hope Labour will do the same. It won't exclude these parties from being involved in the election. So what's the essence of the party? If you're not allowed to vie for positions, what's the essence? So I hope every other person will take a cue for SDPC. This internal wranglings is bound to be where human beings are gathered. We'll have diverse opinions. We'll have different ways of doing things. We might not be fighting because I feel this person is wrong. We might be fighting because I feel like going to Lagos, we need to go through you might say you need to go through Benin. But we all are taking the same destination. That could be the fight. How to arrive to our destination. So this small internal wranglings, it is normal with human nature. But how to manage it and come out as United has is what is important. That's what SDP has shown. That at the end of the day, Nigeria should be what matters to us.
I think what's it called? The Labour Party is still trying to fight its cause. Though there are some rumors from some quarters that their candidates have been giving the form to fill for the election, but we don't know how yet or how far they've gone with their own issues and them being on the ballot. I think as at yesterday, the party official said that for INEC good status, it's better for them to make sure that they include them in the ballot for this August 16 election.
Yeah, I subscribe to that idea. They all should be allowed to contest. Because of the time constraint, some of these elections will be happening in a few days' time. So you cannot exclude them. Let them go to the pool. After the elections, you still have a time to disqualify. Okay, now imagine you disqualify them from contesting. At the end of the day, you were wrong. What happens? The whole entire process might be invalid.
And all the whole money spent is gone.
It's not to let everybody go and contest. Then at the end of the day, the law will take its course. So, INEC, please allow all parties to participate than to exclude them. At the end of the day, it becomes invalid. And taxpayers' money will be wasted.
You see, because INEC has sort of come out to speak that the issues that we have are from the secretary and the chairman, but that of Labour Party, the secretary and the chairman are in accordance. Not only are they in accordance, what they are now fighting is as a result of the fact that what's it called? Mm-hmm. The other party that are like a faction, because Labour has been factionalized. Maybe that's why they are not giving.
Even the other party in Labour, they're not even contesting it. I remember the interview in this one granted.
That's Nenadi.
She's not aware of any contest. They're not challenging the candidacy this group submitted. So where is INEC drawing their decision from? And they recommend same Abure submission for Anambra State. So why is such change of heart? So there should be consistency in their actions.
All right, we'll be monitoring the situation and see how these, because I should have thought that by now all the electionary materials would have been printed. You know, we don't know how they are not going to be including, because this judgment just came today. Today is 14th, and we're talking about 16th, you know, and all that. Today is 14th. Then we have 15th Friday. Then we have 16th Saturday. How they are going to include, because by now all the materials should have been moved to places where this election are going to take place. Ondo, Kaduna, Abuja, and some other areas that this election. I wonder how they are going to do that. Probably, maybe they have not printed the material for election.
Probably they printed it with the odd names of all parties there.
Okay, what if they didn't get this ruling?
But maybe printed with all the names of the parties there. Maybe if this hadn't happened, we use it. It's not like
Tipex.
Or use Tipex. So it's Nigeria. We know how to do our things.
Okay, all right. We'll be monitoring that situation. If INEC will comply or not, and see how it happened.
They have to.
Oh, yeah.
Has ruled.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to matters arising in Nigerian politics today. Abamoro swears PDP is united. Bold claim ahead of 2027. He said there's no two parallel line in PDP. He said PDP was what they used to have is the new PDP and the old PDP, but now that's not what they have. What they have is just differentials, you know, which they are going to make up. But we still know the effect of Nyesom Wike in PDP that is serving in the government of the APC, but is in PDP. I mean, do you take his word for it?
Yeah, I think what I could deduce from that is that is a warning for those guys that have led PDP under the guys that party is under crisis. He said at no point did PDP have a parallel party leadership. At no point, at no time did PDP have two chairmen, two secretaries. So you can't say there is a crisis that made a jump ship. One of the reasons is that you could leave your party if there's a major crisis. And there is none. What they had is crisis between individuals in the party, juggling for control. So that does not give you the right, that does not give the excuse to jump ship. I think from what I've been hearing, I think they want to start a legal process of reclaiming their seats. You want under PDP and try to join APC. So you have to abandon your seat because What excuses you get is not there. It's not there. It's not. You can't tell it in court. But at no point did PDP have 2 chairmen, 2 secretaries. So where is the crisis? You use as an excuse. So what he's saying is that PDP is one house. We all know the issues they be having. Somebody wants to control the party. But that has not changed the issue that they still have only 1 chairman. So that some other party, you see them, like what happened in SDP, somebody one day woke up and said they suspended the
chairman of the party.
And they appointed another person. It never happened in BTP. So those that are left, their seats are threatened now. PDP wants their seat back. So better surrender their seat back to PDP. That's what they're saying.
Okay, all right. We'll be seeing whether Abamoro is correct and whether, because we still know the effect of Nyesom Wike in PDP serving in an APC government. Like we said before, the 5 governors of PDP that worked against PDP in the last election, like 2 have left. 3 are still there. Makinde and before autumn, they no longer belong to that clique as it still is. We don't know their effect or their impact in PDP as it is as of now, but we'll be trying to watch PDP, you know, and all that. Now, a lot of talk about Peter Obi. Now, a lot of talk that he may be at a crossroads trying to get a political party to contesting. He has told us, I am in labor, but he has been attended the coalition meetings. Now, the coalition has come up with a particular political party called the ADC. Now, after the ADC, we also see that he has some little romance with the PDP. He has met with former president of the nation, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, and he has met with Bala Mohammed. He has even met with Atiku twice on different occasions. He has met it's not a news story about him and El-Rufai always meeting. I mean, where is it stand? Where is the party? Of course, we know the Obedient movement are striving. I saw them in Ibadan the other day. Yunus and Tanko, the head of the Obedient movement, you know, talking. In fact, we hosted Dr. Mo here, and he told us that forget all this gallivanting, all this meeting here, meeting there, that Obi has a party that he will contest with or from. But still at the crossroad, where does Obi go from here?
Okay, that is the question most Nigerians may ask him. That's the question that is on everybody's lips, and because Nigerians care about him. A lot of Nigerians want him to succeed, and a lot doesn't want him to make mistakes. So what is Obi doing? Obi is weighing his options. He has said repeatedly, he's part of the coalition. And the coalition is all about restoring our dignity, restoring our economy, bringing security back, putting food on people's table, making sure that everyone out there is secured, have a job to do. That's what they set out to do. So he says it's part of it. And that he's part of coalition does not mean he has joined ADC. He has said it repeatedly that he's still in Labour. Is he going to contest under Labour? That is the question for the future. But he has consistently met people. See, in politics, you need to network. That's the mistake he made the last time. He was trying to form holier than thou. He didn't want to mingle with those who thought that we are dirty, that would stain him. You need everybody in politics. So he's meeting everyone. PDP is cutting much him back. He's not the one going to PDP. PDP is the one cutting him. They want him back. So usually a normal human being should go and hear them out. He has got to listen to them and see what they could offer and see what they're bringing to the table. He has seen what ADC have on the table. He knows what is on the table for him in Labour. So he's just going through his options and he leaving it to his heart. And again, you should be mindful of this government. They are not kidding. They will make sure that any party Obi will identify with, they come after the party. So if you're Obi, what will you do? you play late tactics. You wait till last minute before you.
In fact, that's where the issue is coming from, because of the most of the opposition camp have been crumbling and having a lot of crisis. For example, SDP, they've had their issues. ADC, very new, they are still having their issue. Labour, as it is, they're having their issues. Do you understand? So on what platform? Because you see, platforms are necessary. There are no independent candidate in Nigeria. If they were independent candidate, you would have said that Obi can just hop on any an independent candidate and contest not under a political party. But you need a party to function from.
Remember last time, it took him 9 months to achieve what he achieved. So we're talking about almost 2 years to election. So he still had ample time because of how this current government play their politics. He will make a decision. Everybody has not joined ADC. By the time they're jumping on ADC vehicle, he has not joined. He's still in SDP. He's not the only one in his coalition that has not moved into ADC. So some of them are still buying time, seeing what this government is up to. So you don't go into a house, they'll guard the house and lock the key and throw it away. Then what becomes of you? So what he's doing is what he should do. Obi is now become to play politics the way it should be played in Nigeria. Nigerian politics are not usually very clean. It's not straightforward. But if they know you straightforward, they know how to tackle you. Let them be guessing you. Let them be thinking about just keep them busy to think what is this man going to do next, what are his plans, where is he headed to. As it stands today, this government does not know where Obi will contest, which platform is going to use. They are not aware, and which is good for him. The only issues I have with this is that the down tickets will suffer. Those that want to contest with Obi popularity, those will be the casualties of this election.
Yes, because a lot of people are just waiting for where Obi pitches his tent so that they can get a ticket from there. Of course, we know that there are a lot of people that will never have gotten into elected position if not for the fact that they jumped on the ship that Obi is riding on.
Casualty of it. Because when he will make that move, they might not have the room to accommodate them. We only have a room for one person.
Because don't forget that there's going to be some dissentment from other political parties. People are going to jump ship, especially the All Progressive Congress. I mean, the place is very, very full at this moment. And for example, look at Delta State, for example. They had existing structure in APC before. All of a sudden, the PDP collapsed into APC. Now, we don't know their direction. We've not seen them in the news. We don't know how they're going. Omar Agege was like the one carrying the party along before. Whether I heard it decamped to ADC, I don't know how true that is. But I know that very recently he met with the Vice President Kashim Shettima, and I don't know how far they have gone. But even in other states, that's what you're finding out. Akwa Ibom, some commissioners have resigned, and so there's going to be some implosion in APC there's going to be other outlets. The river is going to flow into other political party. We are yet to see how that goes. So a lot of them are just waiting where Obi go, we go.
Yeah.
And so it's very important they know early where Obi is going.
But as it stands today, I think what he's doing is best for him and for his movement. Because this government wants to gag him. So he should continue what he's doing. Let all of them be playing my game. Let all of them be guessing.
Okay. All right. So let's move to Kachukwu, the former presidential candidate of the ADC. He's still on the trail of the former vice president. I mean, you won't just let him drink water and put cup down. Come on. What has Atiku done to the guy?
I mean, that is all of us are calling. Maybe in this next election, it's calling to make sure that Atiku does not want. I mean, that is calling. Maybe he set out to do it. And he felt that people wronged him. He isn't happy the way the party was hijacked. See, that's something that's happened in Delta State's APC. He just coming from nowhere, hijack the party for people, forced for it. People make sure the party survived in Delta states. So I say, plain Okachukwu is failing. We that have stayed in ADC or fought, we maintain this party. It came from nowhere, from the back door. You hijacked the party. So what do you expect him to do? I know for you to have hijacked the party, there is no room for him. He said something which was funny. He said Raf Nwosu declared David Mark as chairman of the party and just Raga and secretary. But Raf Nwosu was still signing the party's letter until last 2 months. She declared someone chairman. Why is she signing the party's letters?
Because they've not perfected their takeover from INEC
and do public show.
Yeah.
It's for him, all they've done.
And the election is not tomorrow.
Show. It's public show, which amounts to nothing. He said again, Raf was telling us expired 2 years ago. That's one thing I don't like about politicians. You are aware that this man's officers expired 2 years ago. He didn't do anything.
Because there's no vacuum.
Because you're coming out to tell us, what do you want us to do? Why did you take action before this happened? See, he doesn't have a right to anoint or to transfer power to someone else. But his position has expired 2 years ago, and you've done nothing. And you didn't push for them to call for next meeting to get a new set of leadership. Then, as you said, there is no vacuum in life. Since you guys were aware that he expired, he did nothing, so he has to stay there. And INEC recognizes him. So you come here to tell us that it makes no meaning to us. You guys had the opportunity of removing him, letting new officers into office. He didn't do that. And for him, he felt that he has won his race. Now it's high time for the party to move on to people that can take it to the next level. He has done his bid. So, Okachukwu, issue of you and Atiku, I don't know how you're going to resolve.
If I not just only Atiku, he feels number one, the people in position or in the saddle of the party right now are Atiku's men, number one. Number two, he also believes that most of them are spent force, that they can't move the party forward, that they have been old gagoo politicians, and it's difficult to relate them with this generation where is AI, is computerized, and all that things have to move faster. He just feels that their bit is to do what Atiku is saying. And we've also seen that Atiku has postponed his collection of party card from the ADC. We don't know what informed this one. Is it that the pressure from Kachuku and other stakeholders is catching up with them?
Yeah, maybe he's playing Obi card too. Okay, but only depends that Obi has not left Labour. He left PDP. He can't be float issue. He needs to be somewhere. But what Kachuku said about Atiku lieutenants that occupy the position in ADC is not far from the truth. These are the same old people that have brought this country to their needs. These are the same establishment who want to do away with. There is one, I still the one calling the shot. Kachuku is not about you forming a coalition. There's nothing wrong about it. What alternative ideas are you bringing? What alternative options are you bringing? Removing Tinubu is not the issue. What are you bringing differently? What are you going to do differently? How are you going to irrigate this economy? How are you going to bring sanity into our system? That is the question he's asking. And none of them that is answering this question. What they're after is that Tinubu has to go. Well, I'm not here saying the same Tinubu shouldn't go. But tell us why he should go. Tell us what you are bringing to the table. That's what Okachuku is saying. Most of you are part of these people that brought this government into power. Because there's no favor to you, they have to go. For him, most of them they are there for their own personal interest, not for the interest of the country. Until that is checked, we go nowhere. Okachuku has said it. Said no power on earth will stop him from contesting under ADC. So let's see how it plays out.
Okay, we are hearing some information that PDP has unveiled their zoning panel, and I think that's some movement. The party has been in so much turmoil, and I think somehow some kind of, will I say, relief or peace, or is coming to the party in spite of the turbulence that it has that they are faced over time. What do you get to say about that?
Zoning formula, I don't know why they're making it official, because it has always been there. There is unwritten rules for PDP. 8 years here, 8 years there, 8 years in the south, 8 years not. So coming to make it official is what I don't understand. Though Atiku distorted its last election, it should have stayed in the south. Now zone it probably going to zone it to the south. That does not change anything, because the people that plays the politics in PDP still support Aswaju. Wiki is there. He still supports Aswaju. So zoning to the, let's assume they will end up zoning to the south.
Yes.
What meaning will they make? Until they purge themselves of this element that are still in the party, and they have said they are supporting the present government. Until they purge themselves of those people, no matter which region they zone it will amount to nothing. That's my take on it. It's going to amount to nothing. Because even though it's only to Port Harcourt, to River State, Wike will not support the person. He has said he is supporting Swaju. So they have to put themselves on these things. This anti-party stuff they are playing has to end. If it doesn't end, zoning formula will not work. It will not work. Because after this 8 years, let's assume Swaju wins and he's going back to North. Do you think somebody won't be there work for against PDP? If they don't correct it now, this cycle will continue. So zoning is not a problem. Their problem is that they support themselves, or those people stay in the party and destroy the party. Example, Wike. It can't be PDP. I know PDP wants to get a presidential candidate. You've said it repeatedly. You are working for Tinubu. How is it going to work?
And you are in PDP.
And you are in PDP. How is it going to work?
And your loyalty is supposed to be to your party.
PDP has committed in this coming FCT council election. But Achunju has told you to make sure that his party wins. And you're PDP. So these are the things they should look at, not the zoning. On the current instance, the zoning will make no difference.
Okay, just a little away from PDP, the governor of Zamfara State, Lawal, has told the people that they should pray for God's intervention. When the terrorists of 9/11 attacked America, then it was President George Bush. He didn't tell them to pray to God he didn't tell them to pray to go for intervention. What he said is that he said we are going to go after these people. He said we are going to smoke them out of their hole. He said when they climb the mountain, we are going to go there and we're going to finish them off. How come everybody, all we talk about now is God? Then let's also turn another way and leave democracy alone and let men of God or religious leaders take over so that we can continue to pray for most of these bandits. He visited some village and he said only God can solve this problem. Can the Nigerian army or the Nigerian military tell the bandits your days are numbered?
It's a shame. I was listening to somebody on the TV. I don't want to mention the name of the television station. The guy said something. So we should be sincere to ourselves. If this was a military regime, we would have had these bandits. Yes, he asked that question. And I thought about it. The answer was affirmative. No. They will go after them, they will crush them. But what we're doing now, we're playing politics with it. And these are people's life. These are people's livelihood. These are people that tomorrow could have been doctors, footballers, even politicians that could have done something good for this country. But because now we are playing politics, nobody want to take ownership. See, for the governor to have gone there, he has seen the level of damage, level of destruction these bandits have meted on these communities. All you could do is let's just pray to God. And honestly, I don't hope for the governor, but I don't blame him that much. But the commander-in-chief, the person that controls the army, navy, air force, DSS, is in Abuja. The person that has the power to make those calls hasn't made it. Are we saying that we cannot secure our own territory? Also, our army are not well equipped to fight these people. How much are we spent putting eye in the sky? So those eyes we have in the sky, are they for decoration? I would say we don't see these people move around. I will not. It's going to be clear that we're helpless when it comes to banditry.
But that's exactly what the Zamfara State governor is saying. He said we expect God to bring an army to fight. God's intervention. I don't disapprove of God's intervention. But you see what God has given man to do.
Well, ask him to come and do it for us. Do you know how much we put into security defense every year?
The governor is the chief executive officer of the state. He's the chief security officer of the state. He's the chief accountant of the state. Now, he's saying that the people should start praying. And that's also what we have seen in Nigerian military and all of them. I mean,
if this government has approved state policing, we could afford that governor 90% accountable. The best thing I can do is to raise vigilante, and it's kind of ammunition you can give them. It cannot match just bandits. Let states have state police who can hold our governors accountable. They are not one of the guys that everything belongs to Abuja. So sign off this thing. Give this responsibility of securing states to the governors.
But let me tell you some part of the constitution that says that the state that's the federal government, the sovereignty of the nation is on the federal government, and it protects the territorial integrity of the nation. Now, that one you cannot give to the state. It has to be by the national army. So they should do what they are supposed to do.
State police, other countries have it.
I'm not an advocate of state police, really.
Why?
The reason is because state police won't solve the problem. Listen, okay. Not just only would they abuse it, we already have state police everywhere. Vigilante are state police. Oh. No, hold on. Okay. Normal village securities are state police. So many state police that we already have that are not effective. Listen, what we need is a police force that is well equipped to deal with crime and criminality. That's what we need.
Do you know some of these crimes are localized? Imagine you have a state police, then the police will take from every community and charge them with responsibility. Not to know this community knows these people. They are afraid of them. They're terrorized.
So what we need is not state police, it's community policing.
Under who? That urge you to, okay, now let me give you an example of vigilante. Some commissioner of police will declare this vigilante illegal. Don't tell them to disband. But imagine that they have the backing under the law. How can you disband them? Instead of set up one time a Bubago, what happened to it? At the point, the government,
because they don't follow up.
No, at the point, the governments became afraid that they're becoming too powerful, and some other states were now contributing towards
but we still have a Motekun functioning.
So let it be legalized let it be established, let they have the backing by the law. This thing, if they don't have the backing by the law, there is kind of arms they cannot use. They can't use pump shot to fight somebody that's having AK-47.
All right, let's move a little bit faster. Our time is running. The ADC youth leader, that's the deputy national leader of the APC or the ADC, says that Tambuwa's probe is politically persecution. Now, most of the time, we don't look into how cases are generated, what happened, what the person was arrested for. From what EFCC said, that Tambuwal moved some large chunk of money that were beyond the limit provided to be moved. Now, where these monies are coming from have not been fully explained, and that's why they invited him. First of all, let's look at it. Did he break the law? A financial crime, did he do that? If he didn't do that, fine. But if he did that, the law is the law. It's not about opposition or no opposition. Of course, we still know what's going around and all that, where today we are now turning people that have gone against the law to ambassadors. I mean, those are all... the law should take its course. The law doesn't have morality. I don't know if you understand.
No, Nigerians are not worried about EFCC inviting Tambuwal. What they're just saying, there should be level playing field. If you have invited Tambuwal for a withdrawal about 198 billion, as they said, look into other governors. Remember how our elections are being played. During the electoral cycle, governors of each party are meant to provide funding. Just touchlight every governor. You will see almost everything plays out. Almost everything plays out. So what I say now? Okay, you've taken Tambuwal, no problem. We're waiting for you to take from APC. Invite them. In this same context, I will say it again. Somebody moved bullion van into his house. Not one, but two. To today, nobody has been invited. So what I was saying, there should be a level playing field. It don't set standard for different people. I mean, the bullion van, is it a paper he was carrying or chicken? So that, no, Nigerians want to see, these are governors, they've ripped us. You say a governor, after 8 years, you start bragging and mentioning the state. What industry do you have? What were you doing before you became a governor? How much were you worth? Then you cut across. We are tired of them showing off in our face. And after ruling us for 8 years, their severance packages, their money they collect every other year is still there for them. They're still making mistakes even after leaving. I don't have an issue with them arresting Tambuwal or even detaining him or sending him to prison. But let him cut across, let every other person be investigated. That's what
it should be on a level playing ground.
Yes. What has Tambuwal done to me? How has Nigeria benefited from me? So Nigerians are not worried about Tambuwal. What we are worried that let it not be that you are muzzling the system. You are trying to muzzle the opposition. And that's what he appears. Every other person that have moved to APC, they have not been touched. Those that had issues that moved to APC, they've been let go. I will keep a show of Fanika after he moved. What has happened to his case? He has suddenly gone quiet.
Fayose.
No, former aviation minister.
Even Fayose. Fayose is supporting the president.
So, what are we not saying?
And the sins are forgiven.
That is what people are saying. It shouldn't be based on party. What CFCs do is right, but let me cut across. Let's not look at party level.
Okay, a Canadian court has declared, this is the most funniest of all, PDP and APC a terrorist group. There's a former lawmaker, Douglas Egareva, over his long decade affiliation with this party. He was in PDP from 1999 to 2007. He moved to the APC, spent another year. Now he's seeking asylum in Canada, and they are saying, we cannot give you asylum because you are being a member of this party, you know. And he said in a judgment delivered on June 17, 2025, obtained by this particular organization, he said the appeal division found him inadmissible under security provision of the Immigration and Refugee Protection Act. The Minister of Public Safety and Emergency Preparedness had argued that the PDP and the APC were deeply implicable in acts of political violence, subversion of democracy, and electoral bloodshed, inflicting harm and terror on Nigerians. that's the reason they declared that they are a terrorist sect. And this man, Gariba, has been to these two political parties, first the PDP, then the APC, and they said they can't grant him asylum.
I wish other countries could do the same. These people, they can't come and loot us, destroy our system, destroy our communities by not providing service they ought to provide, and we go about to go and enjoy. See, until they start going to Nigerian hospital, the children start going to Nigerian schools, they will not invest in these sectors. And how can they do it? Like what Canadian government has done now. I wish other countries could take you from it. Because if they don't, they know that after their time in office, they go and stay in a place somebody has developed. They had opportunity of doing same in their country. They didn't do. So we should applaud this. You know, honestly, I'm happy about this. I wish, especially UK, France, and US, could do this. After ruling, if they apply for medical tourism, they should give them. Nigerians have hospitals. So why will we travel to UK to go and do our eyes? We have eye hospitals here. If we have funded our hospitals, would what they have done, you died abroad? It's Nigeria now where they bury. If you want to see, if they say they want to abroad, if you want to bring them back to Nigeria, the same people, they've ruled through his office now. What has he done to turn our health sector around? How much has he invested in our health sector? He's almost 3 years in office. Nothing. Small headache, you go to France. So why don't you bring that France to Nigeria? National hospital, equip it to the standard that you don't need to travel abroad. We have Nigerian doctors everywhere. Furnish this hospital, pay them, they will come back and work here. So we can make this country habitable. We can make so much money from
the system.
Yes, now from medical tourism. Because the cost of it in Nigeria will be cheaper. A lot of people will come to Nigeria to do it. But they will not see that. What they will see is that how to loot for themselves and their families. So that when they have the medical issues, they can afford going abroad. Please, every government should take you from Canada. Deny these people this. They are terrorists. But they refuse to end banditry in Nigeria. They refuse to end kidnapping in Nigeria. Because they don't go by our road. Wherever they're going, they're flying. So this is, they're immune to it. They don't know what other Nigerians are going through. Though they should be denied it. If they're not terrorists, why would they go after terrorists? If they're not bandits, why would they go after bandits? Why are they protecting them? Why are they playing politics with it? So Canadian government has done a great deal for us. I wish, honestly, I sincerely wish other Western countries should take you. That's my take on it.
But most of the time, this is a revenue stuff for these people, especially for medical tourism and properties being bought in those countries, because a lot of Nigerian politicians have their properties abroad. I remember one time one honorable member from Edo State proposed a bill that nobody in government should send their kids abroad to school, and he was shouted down. I mean, in the heaviest of form by his colleagues. I mean, if those kind of issues come up, it's going to be a very good policy for a country called Nigeria. We will learn to develop our own here first.
There was a time they started giving, say, sugar and sauce from black markets for you to pay your children's school fees. I think it was under Buhari.
Yes.
Yes. That you won't get forex from the banks again. But it should make it stricter. No matter how strict to make it, these people, they have access to public funds. They can afford it. Georgia is actually banned, as that guy projected, is actually banned. Let their kids go to school in Nigeria. Not just school, go to public schools. If their kids go to public school, they will fund these public schools. They will equip these public schools. We missed this man, we missed Yaradua. This is a man that had vision. Then he picked about 6 schools in Nigeria. He wanted to make them world-class universities that will compete with schools abroad. This is a man that has vision. This is a man that has to plan for a country. He picked 6 states. What they meant in a modern state. But since then, we've never had a visionary leader. Whoever comes in and is about themselves, they have they are thinking, they think so small. I wish this man stayed. Probably would have had the best hospitals in Nigeria. We would have had the best schools. As it stands, that our schools cannot compete with schools abroad. Imagine me as a child accountant, if I will go to UK now, I need to re-enroll to qualify to practice there.
Even the medical profession, the same thing as well. You
go abroad, you need to re-enroll because they don't see the standard we are producing. And Nigerians, we have the best brains here. Even with this bad system, we still produce the best students. So, if there's a way, well, somebody said is coming. Here's the digression. Somebody said is coming, or like Philip will say, when we get that one good head that will stop this mess, we'll start developing our own. Imagine we develop our health sector. You know how many we are? If only Nigerians only attend our hospitals, you know how much will come into our hospitals? If Nigerians only, we don't even talk abroad, if we develop our education system, we'll stop flying going abroad. You know how much will come into our educational system? We have the big economy, we have the manpower, we have the markets, we have the people. You know, we've had wrong leadership. So, Nigeria is more than 200 million. You know what size of economy is that? If our earning power is big enough, do you know how much this GDP will be every year? Let's get leadership right. Nigeria will be a country everybody will reckon with. People are not reckoning with Nigeria because we don't get the leadership right. Our biggest undoing in this country is leadership crisis. Or to get it right, we're not going anywhere.
Okay, until we get leadership right, we are not going anywhere. And the judiciary as well, in a landmark ruling, it said that prisoners can vote in the next election. And in a visit to the INEC by the Controller General of Nigerian Correctional Facility, or I don't know the full name, Nigerian Correctional something, you know, visited the INEC chairman, and the INEC chairman said they are going to carry out what the court ruled. But some people are hailing the judgment of the courts, but some also are skeptic. They said prisoners voting could manipulate 2027 election. We have information, data of how many prisoners we have already. It's not a number that is not known, whether it's in Kuje, their documentation, whether it's in Suleja. Every prison has a documented inmate, whether awaiting judgment or awaiting trial or already serving their jail term or their correctional time. We have these data. I wonder how the experts think is going to be manipulated or manipulative or...
You talk as if it's only for Nigeria. Even small Cuba here, they can count everybody. We know how many people that were accredited. Do you know how many people they can turn out if no one turn out? So I was also being skeptical about this. If this is a landmark judgment, this is good. But these people have made us not to believe them. There is a fear out there about INEC. See, for them to make this thing go away, let them give us this reform we're asking for. Just simple.
That's electoral reforms.
Yes, vote and we'll see a vote. Just vote and immediately just electronic transmission of results. So if they give us this, all these fears will go away. Because now, you think you know the number, you think you have statistics in those prisons. You have it as of today. If they tell you now, between now and next 1 year of the election, and he has triple, what would you do? What would you do? So it's the fear. It's the figure they give to you. They control the figure. If you tell to take that they have 1 million people in Krikri, or say 1 million people voted in Krikri, what would you do?
Or everybody voted for the ruling party?
Yes, of course, they but 1 million. Do you know what it's why to have 1 million vote from Cricri? What will you do?
But we already know that Cricri doesn't have 1 million inmates.
That's what you're saying.
The facility cannot hold 1 million inmates.
Maybe I went to the history, but they will give you a number.
No, that's what I'm telling you. That the facility already have documentation of as at today, even as at the time of voting. We know that these were sent from the courts, do you understand, to this place, and this is the record.
You are so certain about Nigerian statistics, which is good. I see appreciate people like you that still believe in this our Bureau of Statistics or everything. I hear you now. It is not easy. Some of us have come to a point that without everything that comes out from government statistics. Now, the statistics we have today, there's a chance that it could triple by next year. Maybe more people could commit crime. Maybe there could be something that happened that you move 100 people to prison. So you'll be surprised. The statistics you have today, in the next 1 year, you see a triple. You'll be wondering what happened. If you check the sequence, last year we have 2 million. Last 2 years, example, I don't know why million is coming to my mind. Okay, last year we have 10,000. Last 2 years I have 1,000. So why studying 50,000? They don't give any explanation. I think that's what is there, and then they all voted, for this person. So that's the consensus of Nigeria. See, to make this agree with INEC, they should vote. They are Nigerians, but give us this electoral reform we ask now.
That's immediate electronic transmission of results as it is hot.
Nobody will doubt you again. If you want to go to the moon, if the Nigerians moon, go let them vote. We want every Nigerian to vote. We want every Nigerian to be involved in this next election.
Okay, as we begin to wrap up these matters arising, the presidency always reply every information that comes to it. A lot of stories. The North will not support Tinubu, the North banditry, the North insecurity, the North black, the North this, the North that. And not only all that, we've seen that the North has not had any shift from a PDP to APC. Do you understand? They have kept mute. But there are a lot of rumors that are quite thick. You know, if you could cut through it with a knife of how the North is going to vote in one block and vote Tinubu out. But the presidency say the North fully supports Tinubu because see, Baba Chet says that we are not going to do this. The 3 senators from Kebbi, they've all moved to APC. The senator that representing SDP in the Senate has moved to ADP, SDP. Sorry, APC. And there's been some of this trickling coming in from the North and all that, but the Northern people says no, they support APC and they love Tinubu.
Bola is doing what he should do. He's doing his paid job, so he has to say narrative how it will favor his principle. But the truth remains that a lot of people, especially the elite in North, they are not happy with what is happening. They feel that this government has not benefited them. But as in this question, Buhari ruled for 8 years. He didn't fix North. What magic do you expect Tinubu to do? I'm not going to brief for Tinubu. So they have this entitlement mentality that they make the core Nigerian politics, and we have accepted it that they could be the deciding factor in this election. And there are gross elements that the key appointments has been given to the West. Not even South, they narrowed it to the West. Babache mentioned names now, he called those appointments. This appointment that prior to now, the dispute among the regions, the zones, but now he has narrowed it down to West, not just West, it's Lagos boys. So Nigeria is better than his Lagos boys, so he has not favored the North with appointment. He has not favored the North with project that is credited to him. It's a fact that most of the projects are in the south, and they still narrow it to the southwest. So for them, probably they have the statistics, they have the people in there that give them the records. Not only Babache, most of them have spoken. Even though the Kwankwaso said it, they attacked him, that North has not benefited infrastructure-wise. So they have this notion that North will speak when the next election comes. And Boala, being a spokesman to the president, will always speak the news. He said, North are quite happy. They are quite happy with all he's doing, his vision, his long-term plan for the country, and short-term mitigation of what is falling out, that North is at peace, North is having their fair share of what Tinubu is doing. So it's late for us to see. 2007 is not far from now.
All right, there's some news from PDP. Two of their former chairman and secretary passed on in the last 1 week. One was Audu Ogbe, which is already in the public domain. He was the chairman of PDP during the
he's not from Benue.
Yes, Audu Ogbe is from Benue. He's an Idoma man. He was a minister at 33. He was a PDP national chairman under Obasanjo, and all that. Of course, we had that famous after Pandediam eating, they say sign this thing. Then also the former secretary, the former PDP national secretary, Res Onyabo, dies at 80 years old. PDP is fast losing some of its founding members.
They've done the race. So my sincere condolence to their people. Why I asked you, is it not from Benue? I was in Benue over the weekend. Somebody said something. How do we die, though? And with no sign, no money, nothing. Some people even don't know. I was in Boko, not just he was on side. There's no thing like I could do.
That also should show you the impact that he has made.
People feel impact. When they are gone, they will sing your song.
Most of the former politicians, they all live in Abuja here. Most of them don't live in their country home.
My friend asked me, how would they Boko? Not the shows that I would
He's not from Boko, he's from Makodi.
We are Otubo, we are
Otukpo, sorry, Otukpo. Yes, Otukpo.
We said the Makodi 2 days, we want to Otukpo, so did 3 days. There's no still showing that
he's gone.
He's gone. So please.
All right, impact is what is necessary. Yeah, in the nation, in your state, in your local government, and in your community. That has been the news for you today on with Peter and every other person behind the cameras. It's been a beautiful day. At this point, we said bye bye.